Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at the Buzzworthy Bumblebee, Spike, and Wit Wiki from the Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy. This one is a bit weird though, as this figure has not shown up at all in any of the War for Cybertron trilogies. At least not yet. And from what I understand with the Buzzworthy line, is that they are re-releases of other Bumblebees. So I don't know if this guy was cancelled or is to be released in Kingdom, but I feel if he is to be released in Kingdom, this body will be used with a different head, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in vehicle mode for Bumblebee. Yeah, anyway, so up here it's got some very nice artwork, very evocative of what Hasbro and Takara are doing for the Kingdom figures, as it's got that Kingdomish color. Actually, let me grab my Dinobots box real quick so I can compare it. But here's Bumblebee's packaging next to Dinobots. Dinobots is definitely a lot more yellow than the orange on Bumblebee's, but they've still got pretty much the same kind of thing. Except since Bumblebee isn't part of a, actual packaging or in a regular core class figure box, or card I should say. It's him and Spike in robot mode. But yeah, there's not much else to take a look at from the front. And there's not much else to look at from the back other than CG renders of Bumblebee and Spike. So I'm going to pause the video and get these guys out of the packaging. Alright, and here are both figures transformed and out of the packaging. Now I'll move Bumblebee off to the side so I can get Spike over and done with. Spike is a static figure that barely even transforms, but that's, I guess, kind of excusable because in the Transformers the movie where this exosuit originated, it barely transformed, but it still had a kind of different look to it on the ground. And one thing that bums me out most is that this isn't a clear piece with some kind of head inside, because that's what really indicates if it's actually in vehicle mode or not to me. But yeah, the transformation for this one is real simple. You just flip this up to make a backpack, and it's now in robot mode, or I guess fight mode, whatever you call a battle suit in humanoid mode. Now, as I just showed off, just by messing around with it, this thing's only got 2 points of articulation, which is at the arms. If you count this thing as a point of articulation, I guess that makes 3, but I don't think anybody's going to count that as a piece of articulation. It looks like they planned on putting a pin through his legs to make them move back and forth, but I guess that got gypped, which is disappointing because I feel like they probably could have put a pin in there and made these legs move individually on their own back and forth, and I would have liked it then. But this is still a half decent novelty thing to come with the Bumblebee. Like, at least it's there for those who want to try and make 86 stuff. Like, since this is silver and not clear with a head inside, well, even with a head inside, you can pretty much use this as either Spike or Daniel, as I don't think either of them really have any differences in their power armor. So anyway, let's put him off to the side for now, and let's bring in Bumblebee. And Bumblebee is Bumblebee, you know, he's a nice small carbot, and this actually does look like one of the old G1 things, but not Bumblebee's. He looks like the mistake add-on to the line bumper, as he's got that flat bumper that's painted black like bumper, and I feel like this is based off of that because it's even got that little penny racer thing in the back. Like, it's not painted, but on the G1 toys, these would be a black piece with a sticker on it, and that's where you'd flip out the heads. But it's just extra detail on here. But I feel like this does mean it's based off a Penny Racer, and this either was supposed to be Bumper and got scrapped, or they're gonna put Bumper as one of the future core class figures in Kingdom, which is what I'm hoping, because that would be awesome. Oh, and he's got weapon storage at the bottom. But yeah, this thing rolls. It rolls good. The wheels are plastic. When I first saw them, I thought they were rubber, but it's just really nice matte paint job. Yeah, he rolls real good. Rolls nice and fun. He has wheels. Spike doesn't. Anyway, I'm going to try and transform him because I didn't follow the instructions, which probably would have made it easier, but I'll try and do it backwards. So I'll start off by... Well, I want to start off by popping out these back wing parts, but looks like they're a little stuck. There we go. We've got one. We just need dose. There we go. Then let's remove his gun. Work on folding that down. Rotate his arms out. Bring this back and flip this in. Bring his arms forward. And let's extend and separate the legs. And there is Bumblebee in robot mode. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Notice that. But yeah, anyway. Here is little core class Bumblebee in robot mode. And he looks like the Bumblebee. You know, he's nice itty bitty yellow. And he looks like G1 Bumblebee, the toy, because he's got those shoulder wheels. Now the G1 toy had, I believe, all his wheels on his arms, but this one is just these two, as the bottom two are on his feet. But you know, it does give him that nice classic feel, but updated, as he does have a very nice G1 looking head. I'd say that arguably to compete with the Masterpiece 2.0, but you know, this is actually a figure that I can tolerate all its shortcomings, because this is like, what, $12 figure, I think. But yeah, I'll get his articulation over with now. So he's got a swivel at the head because it's on a peg, but it can also look down and up because of the hinge in here for the transformation. He's got a ball at the shoulder. His arms can move up that far and squeeze in that far. And since it's a ball joint, it can swivel and he can go 360. He's got a ball joint at the elbow. Moves pretty much 90 degrees and it can swivel. Nothing at the wrist. Nothing at the waist. He's got balls at the hips so they can move out that far. And semi-swivel. Then he's got a mushroom so he can swivel at the thigh. 90 at the knee, and because of the transformation you can kind of get more, but it just looks like you're collapsing the foot in. So yeah, this tiny dude, I say he's got some pretty nice articulation. Now, accessory-wise, he doesn't really come with much. All he comes with is his little gun, which is a bit basic, but will do. And I guess you could count Spike as another accessory. But I'll move him to the side. I think one thing people would be complaining about most are these little wings on the side, which I felt were a little problematic at first, but in hand, it really doesn't feel that bad. And considering the fact that you can push them back from the front, he definitely looks a lot better, as these things give him a better profile. But yeah, so I'm going to do a quick size comparison real quick, so I'll have to adjust the camera. So I'll see you in a quick second. Alright, so here is our Buzzworthy Bumblebee from the War from Cybertron trilogy compared with Earthrise Optimus Prime and Studio Series 86 Hot Rod. And this should really show just how tiny this guy is. As I'm not even sure if he's as tall as a G.I. Joe. Give me a quick second. Yeah, here he is alongside now a G.I. Joe, and even G.I. Joe's dwarfed this little fella. So yeah, he is very small, but also very nice. So I'm going to get everything out of the way and give my final thoughts. Okay, so my final thoughts on these guys, I like them, The Bumblebee is the nice, small, very small Bumblebee that's probably smaller than everyone else that I want Bumblebee to be. And this Spike is, a nice, cool scale thing to give you a scale to how everyone else is in Earthrise compared to a human. So yeah, I like these guys. I'd say pick them up if you want to. But yeah, if you liked the video, please leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. If you want to say something, leave it in the comments. And see you guys next time.